This is Fight Hype. This is the final round. What a year it's been already, and it's only April. If the rest of the year is as good as April, we have got a great year of boxing coming up.
Saturday, April 16th was an incredible day of boxing. The main event of the night, the unification welterweight match between Errol Spence and Yordenis Ugas. This was Spence's first fight in 16 months. A lot of people questioned whether he would be the fighter he was. What he was better than ever. Errol Spence was the truth in this fight. He worked the body, he worked his jab, he worked his combinations. Spence was aggressive. He methodically broke Ugas down. His right eye was swollen shut, and the fight was stopped in the 10th round. And when the fight was over, Errol Spence made it clear who he wants to fight next.
It's man strap season. I got one more belt to get, and after I get through Ugas, I'm coming in Terrence Crawford.
And Terrence Crawford jumped on social media and did the same. Now's the time for these two to get together, unify this welterweight division. The time is now. Earlier that day, rising star 130-pound champion Alicia Baumgardner defended her title for the first time with a dominant decision over Edith Soledad Matisse. And on the main event, welterweight Conor Benn continued his ascent in the welterweight division. He demolished welterweight contender Chris Van Heerden in 2 rounds.
What have we seen so far this month? Triple G became the unified middleweight champion at the age of 40 when he knocked out Ryoto Murata in Japan. What's on the table for Golovkin is the trilogy with Canelo if Canelo gets past Dimitri Bivol in May. We had Michaela Mayer, the 130-pound champ, continue her reign, winning a decision over Jennifer Hahn.
Lightweight contender Ryan Garcia made his return to boxing with a dominant 12-round decision over Emmanuel Tagoe.
The 154-pound division keeps getting better and better. My man, former champion Tony Harrison, proved that he is not done at 154 when he won a decision over Sergio Garcia. Also at 154, Sebastian Fundora and Erickson Lubin gave us a great fight. Both men were dropped. Fundora ultimately knocked out Lubin in one of the fights of the year so far. Just think about everything we've had so far this month and what we still have. April 23rd, heavyweight champion Tyson Fury defends his heavyweight belts against Dillian White in an all-England showdown. This one's going to be in Wembley Stadium. Over 90,000 people are going to be in attendance. And then you have a great doubleheader on April 30th on the West Coast at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson are battling for 130-pound supremacy. The mecca of boxing, New York City, Madison Square Garden. Lightweight champion Katie Taylor defends her titles against 7-division champion Amanda Serrano in a fight many people are calling the biggest fight in women's boxing history. To me, it is a big fight, period. There's a lot of reasons why I love this sport. One of them was after Golovkin knocked out Murata in Japan. Golovkin went to Murata's locker room, gave him his belt back in a sign of respect, and you see this all the time in boxing, the sportsmanship between the fighters. No matter how much the politics of boxing try to ruin the game, it's the fighters that are the heart of the sport, and they are what makes the sport special. April 15th was the 37th anniversary of the historic middleweight championship fight between champion Marvelous Marvin Hagler and challenger Thomas the Hitman Hearns. They fought back in 1985. It was the biggest fight of the year. It was the greatest fight I've ever seen because it lived up to the hype. They went at it as soon as the bell rang for the first round. Maybe the most vicious round I've ever seen in boxing history. Hearns broke his right hand in that first round, kept fighting. Hagler overcame cuts, and in the 3rd round, Marvelous Marvin Hagler knocked out Thomas Hearns to defend his title. Hagler was my guy, and I can't believe that fight was 37 years ago. So good to be back, so good to be talking boxing here on the final round.
And happy Easter to everyone out there, to you, your family, and your loved ones. Make sure to check out Fight Hype every day for all things boxing. And don't forget, every week I'm back with a new episode of The Final Round.